Okay. Hi, I'm Void Doll. Welcome in to my stream. Yeah, hey guys. Welcome in to this week's episode of Whispering Pantheon. Don't forget that those stream loots are active. They are live. They help keep the DM's lights on. All right. So our recap. Amber, can you give us a condensed, quick version of the recap you gave us before?
Oh no. Okay, so first things first is we were fighting a hand, magical hand. We didn't win because water was rising up and was gonna kill us. So we were trying to escape. So we got a crystal. Durch hit it, took and stole it, whatever. Became a bit sweet. See, we died, but we escaped. And then Diego was talking to God. Poseidon got turned to a fish because Poseidon was dying. Yada yada yada. Get fish, eat to sea. But see, we got to Diego first and wanted to eat the fish. Hilarity ensued. Durch tried to pretend to be Seaweed's father. Hey, it's the dad! Didn't work out. Very bad times. So you got, and then Hippolyta showed up, and then things got weird and awful, and tensions are high. And then Hippolyta stormed off. Seaweed tried to comfort Hippolyta, and then, I'm Rock.
Perfect. Okay, everybody can
I don't know if
have...
that was helpful. Was that helpful?
It was great. If you want to catch all the details and the emotional scene of Mogus showing up and goading Diego.
Yes, the dad. Hey, it's the dad.
If you want to see what happened with Seaweed, go check out the last episode. You can find it on YouTube. And we begin goodness this session. Oh man, this session of Whispering Pantheon. Oh Lord. Okay. All right. It's gonna be all right. Moments after Seaweed has finished solidifying. I need Durch, Myyrion, and Diego to make perception checks, please. Fate Seeker, go ahead and make a perception check as well.
Do you want them typed or do you want us to say it out loud?
Go ahead and type it and then say it out loud in the order that you typed it for chat.
Fate Seeker got a nat 20 for a 23.
Okay.
Samesies, but for a 21.
I've rolled a nat 1, but that's a 7.
I rolled a 2. So that's a 6.
Man, we really averaged out real well between us. It's like
we're
we
off to a
really
good
tried
start.
for it.
So if you remember correctly, I described this narrow, almost hiking trail that wraps down the cliffside to the beach. And the majority of the party had their moment on the beachfront, only for Hippolyta to tear away, march up that narrow trail with Seaweed behind her and Vakeen, and then for Seaweed to embrace her and for her capabilities to petrify Seaweed in turn. Durch and Fate Seeker, you are the first two to arrive on the scene. Spurred to the location, Fate Seeker coming from the top of the hill, down, so coming from post, down. Durch coming up from the beach side. You've heard Hippolyta's screams. Myyrion has not, and neither has Diego. And I'm gonna, with that information, Durch. What do you do?
with that information, is it like a fearful scream, or like does he know, or is he just knows there's screams?
With your roll being as high as it is raw emotion. Fear, pain, and panic. Hippolyta is screaming Seaweed's name.
I can see Seaweed, right?
If you move up the trail head, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna go towards the screams. And he's probably gonna see Seaweed. And see, like, the straight up anguish and hear it. And just kind of run towards her and he's gonna kind of wrap her in a hug.
Seaweed or
No, Hippolyta.
Oh. We love Seaweed.
There's not much Dirks can do for Seaweed. I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
Okay,
because
but-
Myyrion
and
critically
it's like-
failed, he doesn't even see you leave.
Right.
Yeah. So to him, you've just vanished. He also hasn't heard Hippolyta, and neither has Diego, who's just painting. Okay.
Yeah, but basically just kind of like try and hold her while also shielding her away from what she has done.
Okay, roll to hit her armor class.
Okay.
What's that tone of voice, bro?
16?
Okay, that'll hit. Roll in athletics.
Yeah. We're gonna use an inspiration on that. Thank you, Luke.
No
I'm like
problem, buddy.
resisting the urge to just push you off the trail, by the way. Just so you know.
19.
What are brothers for?
Okay. You. It's not quite a tackle, but it is a swift grab, wrap around, and she does fight against you. With everything that is going on, she recognizes who you are, and she pushes against you, but it's futile. You roll much higher than her, but she does say, "Get off of me!" She's hitting you with
Calm down.
her little fists. She's mad.
Yeah, he's just going to with rolling higher than her. There's no like pressure, but he's just gonna like keep her turned away from Seaweed and hold her there.
Okay.
And
Okay, so you've got a hold of her, and then I'm gonna give everybody a chance to respond to this before I really get into the roleplay. So, Fate Seeker, you were trailing after your party after an unfortunate bout with maybe you think food poisoning. You also stopped to help a couple of people put away groceries and divvy out food. with Hagash and Yanal, and then you made your way after your party, and you're just cresting this hill that twists down into the beach. What's been crazy though at Post is like there was a freak like hurricane that then turned into snow, and everyone was saying it's the end of the world, and now it's just a warm kind of rain. And so as you're moving along in this that was weird weather kind of a thought, you hear Hippolyta scream Seaweed's name, and it spurns you forward. What do you do?
Oh, I'm definitely running after hearing that. Like, what's Hippolyta doing here? And my friend's in trouble.
You get there, and it looks like Durch is holding on to Hippolyta. Seaweed is, well, petrified, smiling. It looks like her last moments were spent speaking to someone.
Fateseeker just kind of comes from full sprint to just like stops, and it's just like, oh. Why does this keep happening to my friends? And she's just gonna fall to her knees and look kind of defeated.
Okay. And then I guess I'll meanwhile there. Is that good for Fate, or would you like to do anything else?
Come back to Fateseeker after the rest of the party gets here.
Okay. The Keen.
Well, he was hovering close by, because he was attempting to comfort her at the best of his ability, but unlike someone else, he can't touch Hippolyta, so he is just standing nearby. He actually is trying to hide how upset he is at the fact that he can't be the one to hold and comfort her, to be honest. Like, he wishes he could do that
Charisma saving throw.
for her. Let's see.
Please make it.
Yeah, wouldn't you like it if I just lashed out at you with my
Dolly,
teeth?
Dolly, look at, I resubscribed and I want to give you my inspiration. So if you want to screw one of the players, go for it.
Oh, screw
That's
them like a nice spicy night of romantic
Okay,
romps.
no, use your inspiration to counteract or to enhance one of your roles to make us
Oh,
suffer.
bad guy.
And-
Understood.
And your
Make
best
us
monster
suffer.
fucker Fateseeker's way.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
yeah, he's waiting he's waiting. He's ready.
Yeah, he's in a cell.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's
Okay, I was not
Anna-
talking about monster fornication. I was talking about inspiration.
understood. Okay, I got you.
fucking over, not fucking.
I see.
Yeah.
No, I
Just-
understand now.
It doesn't
Yeah.
change what I said.
I got a 17.
Okay. Your forehead burns. And when you reach up, because ink is dripping down your fingers.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on there. That doesn't make him feel any better.
You have a feeling that you should try to take her from Durch.
I do?
Now, whether you give in to this feeling is up to you. You are not being compulsioned forward, but you do have a feeling to take her.
I mean, last session when I tried to touch her, I had to make a save, and it was didn't go well. So, I mean, it didn't go as poorly as Seaweed's save went, obviously, but
What's that supposed to mean?
Means I'm not stoned and you are. What do you mean? I think he wants to physically remove her, but I think he's going to try and verbally he's going to speak up. He's going to stand basically right next to the two of them. Say, I don't think she wants to be held by you right now. If you would be so kind as to step back. Durch.
Go ahead and respond if you'd like.
We can come back to me before Fateseeker, maybe?
Okay. Then
The
I will.
response?
So you're just not gonna respond to me? Cool. That's good.
We're
Just make him more mad.
thinking initiative order here.
What?
I've got like 6 seconds to respond here.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
He needs to think of what
In
he
a
wants.
real conversation, you don't get
Exactly.
this long to think about it.
I do need to think about it. Just
Oh my
leave me alone.
Myyrion.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you're aware, Durch is gone. You can see Diego painting. You're alone on the bottom of the trailhead. What do you do?
He'd kind of look around for a second. He's like still holding like the dirty blankets and stuff. And then he'd look back to Durch. Or I'm sorry, Diego.
Okay.
Is he close enough you can kind of see what Diego's painting? Or would he need to get closer for that?
Roll a d6.
Alright. 2.
You have to get closer.
Hold on, let me roll to see what he would decide. He is gonna go get a little bit closer to Diego. He's gonna think that Durch and them have whatever they're doing.
Right, because he didn't
Dealt
hear
with.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You can roleplay with Diego for a moment if you'd like.
So he's just carrying like the dirty blankets and stuff that were dropped in the ground, and he isn't trying to be quiet, Diego. He's like, so you'll hear him approach. Like, so what are you painting?
I guess I guess I'm just trying to paint what the real Poseidon is. At least what I think. It's because what's out there now is, well, no longer really him anymore. And I figured if there's a little bit of a memory left, it's just a way of remembering. Like what could have been of this guy. It's a real shame. Yeah.
A way of capturing kind of like his snapshot in time from when you interacted with him.
It's more there's clear clues that it's about to see, but there's also just like a lot of impressionistic stuff on there, to where it's it's not like hey, this is Poseidon. It's like, this is what the essence of this person is. So if you know, you know, but if not, you're like, huh, this is like a very just hopeful picture of the sea. Like like the colors burst out and whatnot.
Yeah,
And,
Myyrion would kind of pick out like a few of the items and ask Diego, like, well, what does this mean in the scheme of this?
oh, well, I mostly work with the like the colors and whatnot. And then his daughter's one of the ones that died. He saw her head and seemed to really treasure this shell right here. This particular shell, the shape meant a lot to him because it meant a lot to her. So I decided to spruce it up, and because it is a part of the world he sees. It's been a while since we talked about it. How are you holding up?
He kind of chuckles a little at that. I mean, with all we've been through, as well as I can expect, it's not exactly been an easy time.
Oh,
How are you holding up? Did you get a pain anything for bingo?
no, I haven't yet. I think
What?
something for that. I think I really need to travel out and see what Bingo sees. I just wish I had more time to know him.
As Diego's kind of saying that, Myyrion like shifts the blankets over into one arm and then like just heavily puts his hand on your back in kind of a reassuring way.
I think what I learned today is I was right to feel angry, but I really didn't see the full picture of what he was going through, and just said things and not really clearly see perspective. There's a lot more going on, and before I start judging these gods, I really need to see what they're going through. That's what I'm picking up so far. But what about? I guess what I really want to, and also why I'm saying it this way, so this journey, you haven't really figured anything out. I'm not even just talking about what you're going to do with your dad. You pretty much got that figured out, but what have you gotten from these travels is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, other than essentially kidnapping a man and getting him kidnapped, we need to go get him.
No, I don't mean. Do you define yourself by the people you protect? Because I'm trying to ask you for you.
You see him kind of sigh a little bit. I just wish I was stronger and able to protect everyone. But there's so much more to it than just that.
Okay. I think that's. Oh, go ahead. I want to listen.
Like with the fall of the garden and everything, how are we supposed to deal with this when even the gods are falling all around us?
I think it's silly just to assume it will just be us. The world doesn't end with us. It doesn't start with us. I think we have to we have to be a different force of change, I think. Because if all the people there, because not even just the gods, you think everyone there was a serious slouch? No, they have a whole bunch of strengths and whatnot, and they were just caught off guard. But if they knew what we knew, and they were just simply given the either know-how or courage or belief in themselves, I think we stand a better chance. I think that's a lot more impressive than any sort of magical weapon we could probably get.
You see like Myrion's face, like kind of contemplating what Diego's saying with that, and just kind of looking down, nodding.
I
guess you're right with that. Like, I guess it's just so easy to see and compare the failures rather than look at the strengths.
These things have been planned long before we even met, maybe even long before we were even born. There's no shame being prepared for something we don't know. And as for strength, there's this jerk, the jerk that killed Poseidon. He had quite a bit of power, a whole lot of strength, but it just all went to nothing. Because all it did was just spew just mayhem. That sort of person right there, with all that strength, it's just going to be nothingness in his wake. Nothing positive. So there's nothing really impressive about what he did, or who, or what he is, in my opinion. Yeah. I guess I'm just harping on you a little bit because I know there may be people in the future who may defer leadership to you if you don't want it. If you don't want it, I just want you to really think about the strength you have and what strength would really mean once you're in that position, whether you like it or not.
Do you think I can use it for good? Or do you think I'll be like that asshole you were just talking about?
If you serve yourself, for the only sake of yourself, yeah. But if you serve yourself in the honor of those you care about, I think you do just fine. It's what I'm doing. So
You
really
kind of
think-
hear Myyrion take a deep breath after you say that. Yeah, I guess you're right, Diego.
Well, I'm not here. I'm not. I guess you just find your own answers about this too. I don't want to be spoon feeding you what I think exclusively. Prove me wrong too.
Oh,
If you have to. on some of the things. I'm pretty sure I'm right on some of this.
I don't think you're spoon feeding me, man. Like you said earlier, there's always two sides to every coin, and a lot of times you're only used to the one side you constantly see.
Yeah. I just saw someone with a lot of power abusing it, thinking they're were above so many people, and that made me upset. It made me generalize them. But as you clearly see from this painting, there was more to it. I probably could have done a lot better if I just wasn't so quick to judge.
I guess there's a lesson here for both of us to do our best going forward.
Yeah.
Not forget where we came from and make sure that we always try to see everyone's perspective on everything.
I think that'd be wonderful. Guy got a cheat code for that, but I'm gonna try not to use it so much. When I say cheat code, yeah, no, I got a nifty little tool to help me with that. So, but
Like a special little magic trick?
If people open themselves up to me, I could see what they hope, what they feel. I can influence that too. Do you want to try?
He kind of like makes a face. It's like, kind of, sort of, not really. And then he just says, no, not really right now. I'd like to watch you paint for a little bit if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. And don't worry. Kind of asking someone to show the most vulnerable side of themselves. So you're right to, be iffy on that.
One day, though, I might ask you.
Yeah. I think, I think we do that. But anywho. Also, if you ever want to learn how to paint, I think that's for everyone, so get a shot.
Yeah, maybe one day when I find some brushes.
You can borrow mine.
I'll have to take you up on that then.
Look forward to it. Gonna be painting so many apples.
Is
All the
there
apples.
is there anything else for Diego?
Oh, no, he's just going to be completing his painting. I honestly thought that we ended it off at Seaweed, so I was like, oh, I'm already right there. But no, Diego's going to be finishing his painting if he doesn't really sense any sort of like awful things happening.
Nope. Didn't roll it.
Probably. Oh boy.
Yeah. That's okay. So you guys are just having your conversation, and then we'll meanwhile back over to Fate's or Durch.
Yeah. So, Durch is just not going to pay attention to Vakeen, but he is going to kind of lean down and whisper in Hippolyta's ears, and he is absolutely trying to make sure that no one else hears.
Okay, roll stealth.
Uh, 25?
Oh, damn. Okay.
I just DM'd you what he says.
Say it out loud. Okay, fine. Let me see.
Nope.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion.
The start feels good.
The one thing I'm better than stealth at. 29.
Okay, Her pushing against you, her screaming, crying out for Seaweed, it stills ever so slightly, and she looks up at you, and you can hear the shuddering breath, like the I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
We'll figure it out together.
Fate Seeker?
So after kind of going through her head of just, she's recently lost her mom and her friends at the garden, she's gonna reach out and try to ask to her goddess for some help. Because she doesn't feel like it's her friend's time yet.
Oh, I'm
Trying to
sorry.
change
Say
the
that.
fate.
Say it one more time. I'm so sorry. My
She's-
internet is being a little bit silly billy.
So through her mindset sheet, she went through losing her mom recently and then losing her friends back at the garden. And then so she's going to reach out to her goddess for some help in changing her friend's fate.
So you're gonna try and pray.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a percentile, D100.
That is a 95.
What do you say?
My Lady Atropos, I don't think this fate is correct for my friend. It's not her time yet. Surely there's something we can do to change this fate. Surely we can spin her cord and her battle can continue on. They've already lost so many. And I think so many of us need our friend Seaweed. I've always been a good loyal servant, haven't I? It's okay for me to ask for something a little selfish, a little greedy. Just want to save one friend. I'll always be a good loyal servant. Really, this isn't Seaweed's time to die. She still has a battle and friends that need her.
Roll me an insight.
I'm actually good at insight. That's good. That's a 24.
Something does answer. And it is going to return Seaweed. The question is, do you push against the presence? You know that it is an Atropos.
And I try to figure out who the presence is.
Intelligence saving throw.
That's my worst one. 17.
That's your worst one, 17. That was a
Yeah, I
very
rolled a
good roll.
16 on the dice.
Very good roll, very good roll.
Oh, we had a +1.
This entity has deity-like sway. You could consider it a patron of sorts. You are familiar with the feeling. It brings to mind a memory, Fate Seeker, of this beautiful flower crafted by your hand. as a gift. No strings attached. This entity will return Seaweed on your behest.
I will super respectfully just do like a full-on bow. Head to the floor. Just gratefully accept the gift.
As Seaweed's form starts to crack, there's a foul wind and a feather that lands before you. The feather is mottled, gray, black, browns. It could almost be an owl, falcon, a larger domestic local bird. When you look up, the entire scene is frozen. The cracking of Seaweed's casing is mid-bloat. And there's a
Pineapples.
sorry. Okay, what's the last thing you heard?
Get out mid
There you go.
bloat.
Okay. Come on, internet. Oh, yeah. There is a figure in a feathered cloak and cape. I would like you to remember this gift.
I shall.
See that you do, Fate Seeker. I am always willing to help friends.
Well, I'm lucky to be one of your friends then.
The cloaked figure in all feathers moves about the party. What do you do?
I was about to ask, do we see this figure walking amongst the party?
No, your time has stopped.
Okay. I
I'm
just
a
wanted to make
for
sure.
everybody but me, right?
Gotcha.
I will very
That's what I was thinking. I
gently
was confused.
take the feather that's before me,
'Kay.
put it behind my ear, and then I'll just stay in kind of a bowing position until.
Okay, so you don't watch them. You
Yep.
hear them moving. You hear them. You hear the cloak shifting. It's got this really soft sound, and there's this putrid wind. But every inhale and exhale, the putrid wind shifts to like a summer breeze. Like it's two different winds vying and fighting for purchase in your senses. Whatever the figure does, they do it without you watching.
Hope you cut out again.
And then they're gone. In an explosion of feathers that are swept up in the wind and pulled away. And time resumes. And as time starts to proceed forward, Hippolyta is torn between. You can tell, Durch, that she's looking at the Vakeen, she's looking at you. There's this moment of she's torn between wanting to push against you still and everything that you've just accused her of, regardless of if she needs to tell you or not. And the three of you, Vakeen, Durch, and Hippolyta, Fate Seeker, you're still bowed. But the three of you see this flesh-like expansion around Seaweed. I need you three, Hippolyta, Durch, and Vakeen, Constitution saving throw. Fate Seeker, you're far enough away that you don't need to make the Constitution saving throw, but Amber, could you please describe to those listening and the folks at home what they witness in this horrifying, magnificent moment?
Okay. Okay. So you start to see the stone of seaweed start to slowly swell, as in like some sort of something expanding inside the stone that starts to cause it to crack. You see bits start to crumble piece by piece. Little by little, seaweed starts to fall apart. The expansion breaks everything and it sprays stone. Not just a spray stone, but just like there's a and the stone crumbles into a pile. But as the stone lays there, it begins to soften. Just like the weird flesh of seaweed has this sickly, slimy texture to it. That's what the stone becomes, and it becomes to congeal, reform itself, combine. And before you start to see the flesh become almost spherical, like some sort of like, I'll be straight up, some sort of flesh cocoon. I'll be honest. No, I'm so happy about this. Anyway, yeah. So you see this. It has a tight surface. It's almost like an egg, but it's still soft. It undulates. You can hear just a slow heartbeat. Bum bum, dun dun. And though you expect an egg to be like a motionless, you can start to see movement. You can see a hand there.
I'm dying.
A second hand. You start to see a face press against it and disappear, just like someone stretching latex over a face, like being smothered and screaming in anguish. And for some reason, you can see multiple faces, multiple sets of hands. There's just across the entire outside, it's just someone or something trying to escape. And then it goes quiet. And then down the center, a seam splits as his flesh begins to part, kind of like the petals of flower. And they see an arm pop out. And then a second arm. And then Seaweed pops her head out. Why? Oh, it's so hot. And you see Seaweed is now struggling. Seaweed is kind of stuck, struggling to get out of the flesh cocoon.
Hippolyta shouts, "Somebody help her, quickly!"
Oh, it's so hot in here. It's like a hot summer's day with no water.
The Seeker will get up and just give Seaweed a hug.
You are covered in a type of amniotic fluid as you draw Seaweed up and out. It isn't particularly difficult, but it is wet.
I'm going to use prestidigitation instantly on the both of them.
Okay. The cocoon, the flesh belly, the placenta, if you will, suddenly and caves in on itself in this sloppy, wet sound before it turns to stone and finishes cracking all the way.
Oh, Francis. Oh,
Fate Seeker's just got you in like the full on hug with the tentacles.
Fate Seeker. Where did you come from? You're so much colder than the inside of bubble. Oh, Seaweed is so happy. Yeah, Seaweed just panting like she is just dehydrated.
Fate Seeker, you can see there's some tears in her eyes actually. I'm so happy you're okay.
That's not enough moisture to make Seaweed not thirsty.
There's the ocean back that way. We can
Your song. Throw
go
seaweed.
take a dip together.
Throw seaweed. Get there faster.
I'll carry Seaweed to the ocean.
Are you running? You're headed down
Yeah,
the trail?
I'll full run.
Okay, go ahead and roll in athletics.
That's my specialty. 29.
All right, you get there, and you leave Vakeen, Durch, and Hippolyta, unless Vakeen, Durch, either of you follow.
Nope.
No.
I know Hippolyta wants to follow, but you're still holding on to her, so we can hold that for a second. But you three, anyways, Myyrion, Diego, Fate Seeker, zoom in, just busts into the water, cradling Seaweed.
I'm glad to have you a good time.
Yeah, looks like they're going for a swim, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm just getting really tired of what's going on over there. I just want to take a quick swim. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, but salt water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to eat, full of salt water, it's always like around your mouth. Yeah.
I mean, it gets all on the joints of the armor and everything. It's just a pain to clean.
Oh, I never wear armor, so I wouldn't know about that. But that sounds awful.
It is, and it just gets everywhere. Ugh.
All right.
Yeah.
Any role play meanwhile for Fate Seeker and Seaweed in the ocean? You're not far from Diego, who's painting, and Myrion's not far from him.
As soon as we get to the ocean, she'll set Seaweed down very gently, but hold on to her hand. Let's go swimming together.
Yes, in the snow-filled ocean.
And we'll goes towards the deep end, you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill. Seaweed's very hot. Not like sexual hot, but just like physically
Steaming,
hot.
like steaming. Yeah, like a steaming
Not like a
pie.
steamy hot, but
Pile
like
of
It's like boiled fish.
stuff. Steaming pile of slushy. Okay,
not a sexy pile of steaming slushy, just
yeah, just a yeah.
Completely platonic steam.
But yeah, Fate Seeker's just holding onto your hand. She's very happy that you're okay.
okay. You got a compulsion to ask a question.
Can I say that's the first thing that Vakeen says to Durch?
You sure can.
That's what it's for.
Okay, it's for Vakeen then. So, all right. Any more roleplay between the four of you down by the beach side?
So he was just enjoying the icy cold, frigid, snowy filled water.
It did just snow, so it is quite chilly.
How are you guys doing?
David, the water is never better. You should come join Seaweed.
No, I just had
Come join us.
Alex Jack, and I would immediately cramp.
Oh no. You shall not cramp. Do not cramp yourself.
I won't let you drown if you come in with us.
I was doing this painting. After I'm done this painting, and all if it helps, it really joins.
My friend, do you wish to swim, or will you cramp yourself?
I wish to stay up here and stay dry. I'll stay with all our stuff. He's just standing there, like he holds up the blankets a little bit. Also, I need to keep your snack dry too.
You had the fish? Little fish?
I still have a piece of fish you gave me earlier.
Oh, the one.
I will give it to you after you swim.
Oh, the one the eagles tried to throw away. Oh, me and friend, you're such a good friend. Thank you.
The Seaweed, I just realized something.
Yes.
All my friends I've had to swim with couldn't go underwater like you.
Oh, yes. We shall
We should
just
go
enjoy the water. Yeah.
together.
Okay. I'm eager to see what happens with Durch. I think it'll be funny.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll meanwhile there. And we'll slide on over to Vakeen, Durch, and Hippolyta.
Vakeen narrows his eyes at Durch, and he just says, "Why are you like this?"
Yeah. Fair. Like what?
Do I really have to explain it? 5 minutes ago, you were being rude and an asshole. And now it's all hugs and good time again.
Do you think Seaweed is okay?
She seemed quite herself.
What happened?
I do not know.
I did not do that.
No, I don't suspect you did.
Durch is definitely going to let her go.
Okay. She stumbles a bit, and you can tell with your both of you with your passive insights. Even though she was upset with you, she's so incredibly lonely that even bereft of the touch, and not necessarily in a romantic or even like an intimate kind of way, but there was just, you both know that she's shocked to be let go. Like she was enjoying it even as she hated it at the same time. Very similar to that of a cat. Right, in this moment.
How much does she stumble? Is it like just kind of like a what?
Just a moment.
Or...
Not enough to need to catch her. She rights herself almost immediately.
So Durch is gonna just kind of tell Hippolyta, regardless of your answer, nothing is going to change. But will you trust me enough to talk to me later? Doesn't have to be now. And he's not really looking for an answer. So he's just kind of... I'll go check on Seaweed.
What are you
And he's...
What are you asking for? You want me to be honest about what exactly? About I'm going to die and there's no way to save me? That I've
Yes.
Then I am. There is your honesty. There is nothing any of you can do. And if you try to change it, then you are directly in defiance of fate.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Judge,
Shrugs his shoulders. We'll figure it out.
no, we won't figure it out. We are barely held together. The lot of us we are the most ragtag group of warriors in existence. There is no way we are going to make this happen. But I know how to make it happen. But it is not without sacrifice. And it's fine if I pay it.
No.
Yes. How do you think I feel living like this, Durch? behind curtains, in a veil. The one person that was blessed to be able to see me is dead. He didn't want to come back. And you, the only reason you can even come close is because of a piece of you that you hate. This is not a life that I lead. This is a prison of the flesh. I am in prison, Durch. I am in pain. I am so lonely. I would rather cease to exist than continue forward. Please. Just let it end. And let it end with me being able to do something good. Something worthwhile. Something that saves people.
They're just gonna look at Vakeen just to get like a read on what is visible, I guess, on his face. Not necessarily like what's going through his head, but
He looks like he's thinking. Like gears are turning in his head.
yeah.
And he does speak up and he says, I respect that and I understand it. If your circumstances could be changed, would you want to continue on? I'm not saying it would happen in the next day. I'm not even saying it may happen in the next few months. But if it is something that could be changed, would you still feel the same?
Regardless of how impossible you think it is.
It is not something that is easy to change.
I didn't say it would be.
And I have tried. I have prayed over and over. While I was locked in the earth with no sun and no fresh air and barely any food, I prayed to anyone who would listen to change what I am.
They may have not listened to your prayers then, but we are listening now.
Vakeen, there is no way, I am telling you. Even a wish cannot change what I am.
But the power of a god could. Yes?
There is only one God who can change what I am. And I won't do it. So let me go. Let me do this so that my life matters. Maybe in the next life, I will get to be seen. I will get to be held. In this one, we will stop the Colossus. I will rewrite what was written, and I will gladly give my existence for it. That's what you want to know, Durch? There, you have it. And she motions to the ground. I am going to check on Seaweed. Stay away from me. And she marches away.
Dirt's is not gonna follow, but he's gonna turn to Vakeen and say, we can save her. Can you talk to her and just ask her to let us try?
I just did.
I know, but You're not gonna give up that easy, right?
I never said there was. I do wish that you hadn't pushed her so hard upon her instant return, though. I'm sure that is not the reunion that she expected. I understand that the information was pertinent and that you wanted to know it, but maybe it could have been done a little bit more timely and more gently. Perhaps think about that in the future.
He'll nod.
As far as changing her fate, I have already been working on a way to change it.
So, jealousy is plain on Durch's face, but
Okay.
but I don't know if Vakeen is gonna know what the jealousy is about.
I mean, if it's plain on your face with the way he feels,
Yeah.
he's just gonna ask you forwardly, why
Yeah.
are you making that face?
I don't do anything half-assed. I never have, and I never will. And I swore to protect her and protect everyone else from her. And it sucks that I have essentially given her my life, and I don't know anything about how to attempt to save her. And that is between you and her, and I will not attempt to come in between you two, but I would like to be more informed than I am if I'm going to take up our dear late friend's mantle as her ward.
So I'm trying to understand, are you blaming her for this deal that you made with Bingo?
No. I made a deal with her before I ever made a deal with Bingo.
But you chose to make this deal with little information. But you seem to be taking it out on her. I am trying to tell you what it seems like so that you can avoid hurting her in the future. As badly as I would like to push you off this cliff, because there are things that you can do that I cannot.
So
I, in my right mind, don't want you to continue hurting her if you have vowed to protect her and you care as deeply as you say. Does it make sense to you?
So, at that, like, that point is really where he understands, like, the depth. Like,
Like the depth of
And
his
he's
own
just-
feelings, or
no. Of Vikeen's feelings towards her.
Hippolyta. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So he did not. Cats knew all the time. But that's definitely the first time that he kind of got the hint that Vikeen is more than just like a really, really good friend and wannabe protector. And so he's just gonna say, I'm sorry, and I welcome any insight that you have to provide on not hurting her further.
Well, my first insight is to be more mindful on how you approach things. If you need to know something, don't be an asshole about it. You might have to practice consciously thinking about your words before you speak them, or how you speak them. It's not always necessarily the words that are said, but the tone in which they are said. And the timing. As far as my plan is concerned, if you want to be informed, he shrugs.
You don't.
Simply, it is to be... It is to achieve deity. Deityhood. If I am as powerful as they are, then I may be able to change things. There you have it. It's that simple, quote unquote.
How? You know what? The how is not as important as the why, and I think your why is awesome. I want to achieve this as well, but if it has to be one of us, I would prefer it is you. And I will help you achieve that however needs to happen.
We shall see. Like I said, it is a working plan. I do not know the specifics yet, but I know that it's going to require a significant amount of power that I do not have yet, but I'm working on it.
As long as you promise that your first deital action is to remove whatever the shit curse is from her, I promise not to hate you as a god.
I am offended that you would think it would be anything else.
Can you go tell her that I'm sorry and see if you can make her feel better? And
I think
that's
you
like
should
a
reach out and apologize yourself, but I will go to her.
so he's finally got it like clicks. So he's gonna like put his hand on Vakin's shoulder, like, and kind of go be with her kind of vibe. And I don't know if Vakin's gonna pick up on it, especially like as long as he's been frustrated, but he's like putting it out there like, yeah, go get you some.
Except for the fact that he can't, but you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He sure. Ugh. He just kind of looks at your hand on his shoulder and then looks up at you, and he just nods and then kind of slips out from under your hand. As I said before, and he starts to walk down the path, you should reach out to her and apologize yourself. I do not want to be the middleman in your apology.
Understood.
Even if she doesn't answer, at least she's getting it from you.
You don't have a dragon's fang, do you?
No, I have my own fangs. And he kind of says that over his shoulder as he walks away.
All right. And then we, meanwhile, over to the seaside, I need to know everybody, your passive perceptions there. Seaweed, Fate Seeker, Myyrion, Diego.
Dolly, it's just, I automatically just fail, okay? It's a 9.
13 for Fate Seeker.
You don't ask me, hey, Seaweed, what's your passive investigation? It is failure.
Myyrion and Diego?
I was 16.
Shit, it's a 6.
It's a what? I'm sorry, Diego.
Oh, wait. So it was past investigation. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a 10. Yeah, 10.
Okay, so Myyrion and Fate Seeker, you see Hippolyta. She's the way she's standing, you can tell she doesn't want to intervene.
Fate Seeker will turn to Seaweed and whisper in her ear. Looks like your friend wants to say something to you.
Not the friend! Oh, Seaweed at that moment will try to run. Though through water fail, but still try to run.
Fate Seeker will help you. We'll run to Hippolyta together.
Oh, my friend! Seaweed is so very happy to see you. Oh, how about that? You give the warmest hugs.
No. And she like steps back.
What?
No hugs.
No, what?
I have questions first.
What? No. Oh. Okay.
Let's wait on the hugs. I'm sorry,
But you're so good at them.
Thank you. You can hear like where it's probably very cold, is what Seaweed would think, because if she's sniffling. It's very cold. It's very cold. And she does glance at you, Myyrion. Once she starts talking, everyone is aware of her, even, Diego, you. I did not mean to run away in such a hurry before. I apologize. I did not manage my outburst very well.
It's a hard skill to have.
I also have a question for you, Seaweed. How... What happened? And you are...
What yeah, because like when it also happened because like Seaweed went under the veil to like hold her face because she was very distraught and like
Yes.
That's when it happened. You were so sad, and Seaweed wanted to help, and then it got very, very hot, very warm. Like it. Oh, so you got so thirsty. Fitziger, thank you for the water. It's very nice. But it was very hot. But now we're here, and you're back here, and that was it's important. You're here. Yes.
Was there a voice or anything that helped you?
I think I can answer that question.
And Myyrion and Diego, you haven't heard any of this. You didn't have any idea anything happened. So this is your first clue that there was an event that happened up the hike trail.
And that was a hug.
That was a hug.
After seeing our friend, I may have asked for help. Help was offered, and I accepted said help.
Help from who, Fate Seeker?
That entity that we met at Arendor in Cyrodiil's house.
The evil Durch?
No.
Not evil Durch?
Not the evil Durch.
Oh, the evil Durch is still up there.
There's always an evil Durch out there.
You're right.
She'll point to the feather that she put behind her ear.
Okay. Hippolyta flinches, and you can tell underneath the veil. If only because you've traveled with her for a while. Even though it was short for Fate Seeker, it's been pretty intense. And so her tells are pretty obvious. Do you know who that belongs to, Fate Seeker?
Not entirely. But I was desperate to help our friend. And they seemed to be willing to help.
And she's gonna look at Myyrion and then over to Diego and his painting. I dare not utter the entity's name for fear of attracting their ire and attention.
I understand.
But it is not something wholesome and good that you have made a deal with. What did they offer you?
They offered me what we have, our friend.
In exchange for...
They didn't ask for anything in exchange. I just gave my respect and open-mindedness to friendship.
That is not how they work. They will come collecting. They do nothing for free.
That makes sense.
You seem so
I will-
very calm about this.
I'm just happy to not have lost another friend. I will take upon the whatever burden they come to collect whenever they return.
Fate Seeker, that is... But Hippolyta does look at Seaweed. And to Hippolyta, Seaweed is probably like the little sister she never had. You know, one of her best friends.
Also, Dolly, it's when you said Hippolyta look like cold. Did Seaweed notice that, or
yes, she's been like sniffling.
Cool. It's been 5 minutes, so I've been able during that time frame. I had a timer. Could have casted the bubble,
Oh, the
fleshy bubble.
the little hut.
Yeah. Because I know inside the bubble is a nice, warm, temperate climate.
Okay. And so you cast bubble, and while that's happening, I just want to know what's Myyrion and Diego doing?
Just let them say their piece.
Mm-hmm. If Myyrion sees Seaweed casting the bubble, he would stay out of it.
Very good. It is nice and warm in here.
I don't care.
What?
I don't want to be in the bubble.
But the atmosphere in space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside.
I like outside. Outside is good.
About friend, are you cold? Do you wish for it to be in? Yes.
Uh,
I have blankets if you're cold. He gestures to the dirty blankets that she made.
Seaweed has blankets as well, and points to a pile of flesh.
Let's Seaweed, can you? I don't want to waste your spell, but
The spell is a ritual, so he does not know what the word means. But that's what it is.
I see. Then it isn't wasted.
Also, about a friend. Nothing Seaweed does is a waste for you.
Same, Seaweed. Same. Myyrion, could I speak to you privately, please?
Sure. Where do you want to go?
Just down the beach line for a moment. I will be right back, Seaweed, the Fate Seeker.
Seaweed should have her face mushed against the bubble like a sad dog. Oh.
Hippolyta does say she'll be back, and she starts a casual pace away from you, Myyrion. And she pauses 50 or so feet for you to catch up.
He'd catch up quickly. And probably try to stay like one step ahead of her.
I know that all of you were in the process of a very important mission here in Post, and I do want to help and get back to that as soon as possible. I guess I just wanted to apologize. I should have stopped Seaweed before she touched my face.
Yeah, that would probably be for the best.
Well, now Fate Seeker owes a demon. And the way she says it is with very purposeful enunciation, as if you should pick up exactly what she means by the word.
You can't exactly blame yourself for that, though. They made the choice to reach out.
But the only reason this entity even has eyes on our party is because of me.
He kind of pointedly would just look at her and be like, do you owe them anything yourself?
I do. Yes.
Can you tell me what you owe them?
I cannot. Because it is not written yet. But it is a favor when the time comes.
You just see like Myyrion take his hand and just like do the stress grab of his head. Like he grabs his temples and just wipes his hand down his face. So you owe them, but you don't know what you owe them.
Not yet. But there is a deity that owes me a favor. I thought perhaps I could use it to my advantage.
How do you plan on doing that?
When the time is right.
As he says this, he kind of like unwraps one of the blankets to hand to her.
She'll prestidigitate it clean and then have you help her put it around her shoulders. So she's still covered by the veil. And she looks out over the sea. You're far enough away you can still see the party, but they can't hear anything that you're saying. Perhaps right now is not the time for me to divulge everything. I just thought because of how important you are to me, that I would.
I understand, and just understand that I trust you. And earlier, just like we only just met these people. They don't have any reason to trust us fully other than that we've been through these events together so far.
I thought that. Well, maybe I was stupid.
I wouldn't say stupid.
I thought there was something special between us. But it is just more of my meaningless prison of an existence. But it will have meaning, Myyrion. It will.
It definitely will. And it's hard to say. It is special, but I guess the best way to put it is they might not have a reason to trust us fully. And we have to put our trust in them as well.
Right. Right. Roll an insight.
Da, 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 da. Uh, 22.
You feel like there's more that she's tucking away meticulously. You can almost hear the gears shifting in her mind, and then she claps underneath the veil and says, "Well then, I suppose let us continue our venture." We had business here in post, yes?
She would kind of see him shift his weight and just kind of look out over the sea as well. Well, other than what we have in post, what else is there?
Remind me, was she conscious for Fate Seeker talking about going to Mother's Temple?
She was not.
Okay. Then she says, I suppose that is for the party. That question. I, for one, plan to stop Mogus and continue with my plans.
What are your plans after Mogus?
To make my life meaningful.
Myyrion would kind of nod to that just a little bit and have a slight smile. That sounds like a good plan.
She nods. I am going to rewrite what was wrong.
Where do you want to start with that?
The very beginning. There's something in the way that she says that. Can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something in the way she says it. And then she spins, and she's gonna start slowly moving, ambulate back towards Diego.
Myyrion will kind of follow her and just be like, just know I'll be here to help you as much as I can.
I am going to do the same for you. I promise.
Thank you.
Anything else from Myyrion?
No, that'll be it for him.
Okay, then Hippolyta is going to go into the skin bubble with Seaweed. And the last thing to suggest to Fate Seeker and Diego is perhaps when Durch and Vikine arrive, we have a meeting. And then we continue doing our mission here in post.
All right, sounds good.
About friend, now that you're here, you can see Seaweed's fathers. Yes.
I would love to meet them, Seaweed.
Yes, too. I'm jealous.
Yes. Also, can we get like a bathroom break pretty soon?
Yep.
Thanks.
We can actually take a BRB right now. And
Oh, heck yeah.
and everyone
Ooh.
can go pee-pee. Go pee-pee. And we are
Okie dokie.
back. Oh. Hello. Back from
Hello.
outer space.
Out of space.
Or out in the sea, I guess. Okay, so what I would like to do is go round robin and give everyone a chance to do more. If you would like. Or if you all had plans to reconvene as a group and then go from there. What does the party want to do?
Well, it kind of seemed like that was Hippolyta's plan, was for the party to reconvene, and I think that was kind of where we were
I mean,
headed.
we could all have like one more thing with somebody if we wanted to before we get pulled together.
Up to you guys.
But that's if you guys had anything you wanted to do.
I'm pretty happy with the talk I had with Myyrion, so I'm all good.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
Well, I know that
reconvening would be the
Vakeen
best
was headed
choice.
back to the party, so
Okay. All right.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Does Seaweed know she turned to stone?
That is a purely player. That's your choice. Does Seaweed know?
Did you figure it out between the conversation that Fate Seeker and Hippolyta had in front of her?
Ugh. Can't ask me those questions.
Roll an intelligence.
I
saving
mean,
throw then.
Seaweed knows like every time Vakeen kills her, but I don't know if that's the player roasting Natalie or if that's like, or if that's like actually Seaweed. So
Little both, there.
Then-
I'm sorry, Natalie.
so then it's very
Because we love
likely
you, NatChan.
that Seaweed
I
does know.
I think Seaweed realized like if Seaweed touch, because once again it's the whole thing like Seaweed has to cast like counterspell. So if Seaweed touches Hippolyta, Seaweed gets hurt.
You got birthed out of rock. You had to get help from pulling out. So
Yeah, so
something.
I don't think Seaweed knows the specifics, but Seaweed gets hurt if she touches Hippolyta. Yeah. So, is Myyrion brooding outside the bubble?
So, are you Myyrion?
He's not brooded, but he's just outside, just staring at the bubble, like. Hmm.
Hmm.
I do not want to go in there.
Okay, so I'm going to show my face. I'm not going to exit the bubble because once again that will cancel it. But I shall have a conversation with Myyrion while I shove my head outside the flesh bubble. Myyrion!
Oh, that is not a sight I thought I would see today.
Like, have you ever seen like people like wear the giant balloons and their head are just sticking out?
Mhm.
I just think,
That's exactly what I was imagining was happening.
yeah. Where's that? Oh, yeah. Let me copy. Let me show the image I'm referencing. Boop. All right. Yeah. Durch, exactly. Okay. Me and a friend Seaweed is very confused. You know Hippolyta well, yes?
Yes.
Also, Del, I'm gonna make sure because I control the bubble. This conversation is on the outside only.
Okay. So Hippolyta doesn't hear. Got it.
Yeah, everyone's sleeping inside. Seaweed is doing Seaweed things.
Got
Okay. So, Minifred, you know Hippolyta well, yes?
Mm-hmm. Myyrion has kind of a confused expression because he thought Seaweed understood they were brother and sister.
Yes, no, yes, but even the siblings hold the secrets. So Seaweed wants to know if you knew Hippolyta well, yes?
I believe so.
Oh,
I don't know everything. If that's what you're asking.
There is something Seaweed is very confused about Hippolyta, friend. What? Why can only certain parts of Seaweed touch Hippolyta? Seaweed knows if Seaweed touches Hippolyta with the hands, it is bad. See, no, there is magic in such, but other parts of Seaweed that touch Hippolyta are not hurt.
As far as I understand, it's just touching her directly that does that, and seeing her without the veil as well.
But there are many times Seaweed has touched the Hippolyta, but not with the hands. Like right now, Hippolyta isn't in the bubble of Seaweed, yes? But Seaweed is not hurt.
But is she touching you directly?
you know the umbilical cord going from Seaweed to the flesh bubble, and Hippolyta sleeping in his sleeping bag made of flesh. There is also the time where Seaweed gave Hippolyta the wings that is made of seaweed, and those were not hurt, or when Seaweed helped Hippolyta go invisible with the skin, and that was not hurt. But why do Seaweed's hands hurt? Why just?
You'll have to ask her. She's the only one who can tell you exactly how that works.
Hippolyta is very nervous right now. Seaweed wants to give Alex what Hippolyta say no, and Seaweed doesn't.
It's best. It's best to ask her. I cannot answer this question for you. I wish I could, but I can't.
But you said you know Hippolyta well.
Yeah, I know some things well. There's other things I don't. This is one of those things that I don't know. Also, I'm not sure. He like kind of squints as he says this. How all this, and he gestures with his hands towards like the bubble and everything, works in terms of touching her.
But it is of seaweed, yes? And Seaweed's hands are of seaweed, yes?
I assume so, but again, it's something you'll need to ask her.
I will say, Diego and Fate Seeker, if you're not in the skin bubble, you're able to hear this conversation as well.
I respect their privacy.
Okay.
I'm definitely listening, but I'm nosy, like, I'm listening to what my friends are saying.
Oh, Nathan, one more thing. You will be staying out here, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go with words, yes?
I know words.
What is the word when your brain says you can do something and it sounds like a good idea, so you should do it?
I would guess impulse.
Impulse. If you're out here, Seaweed has impulse. So Seaweed's gonna pop right back in, and you see her a leg out.
A leg?
A leg. Yes. And then it begins to like her leg starts to twitch a little. Like
Mary would slowly step back from the leg.
And then it starts to like it's almost like the foot is now starting to like observe. But that's weird. How does that work? I love you, the change, Alec. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it actually like a little snake head just out of the bubble, just like
Kinda.
It's not
definitely
No, like-
alert. It's definitely alert. Like, it's not acting like a foot.
But the thing is,
It's-
the more we look at it, then realize Seaweed's no longer at the edge of the bubble. It's actually sitting like back inside the bubble, and the leg is still there. It looked at you.
Why don't you post a picture of kind of what it sort of maybe kind of looks like?
Yeah, it's the foot starts to move. It's almost like it's sniffing the air. Like it senses you and looks at you.
There's a distinct kind of canine feeling to it, Myyrion. But it's definitely a foot.
And then
he would continue to back up with just like narrowed his eyes at it.
yeah, and then it flops out of the bubble, and then it begins to squirm, and he knows the foot splits in half, and there's actually teeth, and the toes congeal together and form a small snout. And then wiggle some more, a couple legs pop out, and then it waddles up to you. It starts sniffing you.
Seaweed?
No, Seaweed's in the bubble. Seaweed doesn't hear you.
No, he doesn't know that you can't hear him, so he calls that out. Like he thinks you can hear him through the foot thing.
Oh no, Seaweed's a Hippolyta. He doesn't care.
It's distinctly canine.
He would have like one hand on his sword, like the hilts of his sword, just like not in a threatening way, just kind of ready to defend himself, and he'd use the other hand to dig into his pouch and pull out like the desecrated fish that Seaweed gave him earlier.
Okay.
And like toss it to it.
The foot catches it out of the air, and the way that it eats is horrific. I will not go into detail because it is so horrific, but I would like you to imagine with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and I thought Seaweed didn't have table manners.
Yeah. I think like, the more you back away, the more it like follows you. It's almost like it's not like trying to chase you. It's like it's trying to like when a dog is at your heel. That's what it's doing. It's trying to protect you.
Oh.
Seaweed has an impulse.
Should I roll to see if Myyrion understands that it's not like actually threatening?
You can
Him?
you could roll an
Or would he
intelligence
know?
or what's your passive investigation?
10.
Yeah,
And my passive insight's 13.
between the two, you know enough that it's not threatening. It's disturbing, terrifying, even wrong.
It's from Seaweed. You know. It's
It's new. It's a new thing that Seaweed can do. It's horrific, but it's a puppy. It's
yeah.
the puppy for you.
Yeah, and so for the audience, because once again, there's always gonna be confusion. I cast a spell, Morricane's Faithful Hound, and so the foot doggy, the foot puppy,
The
is going
foot,
to be guarding.
the foot puppy.
Myyrion would use divine sense on this thing.
Puts a whole nother meaning to my dogs are barking.
Somebody let the dogs out.
Oh.
Um,
But yeah, he's totally going to use divine
I don't
sense
think
on
it
this thing.
pings on there at all. Actually, it might. Is it Fey, Fiend, Celestial, Undead, Seaweed? And stat block?
Let me double check real fast. Technically, it's not a creature. It's an invisible hound except to you and can't be harmed. When something comes in close to it, you need to say password or it starts barking loudly. The hound can see invisible creatures and can see into the ethereal plane. It ignores illusions. And then anyone that tries to like get hostile with you, the hound attacks. So there's no particular stat block per se.
Is it good or evil?
It's technically it's not a creature. It's like a spell effect.
So it doesn't really ping at all.
But
Yeah,
I guess
it's different from Find Familiar because Find Familiar does ping because it does qualify as one of those. But yeah, the Mordenkainen Hound is more just of a magical entity.
Yeah, I guess you could like seaweed. It smells like seaweed. I guess it smells like seaweed.
So salty and moist, got it.
Yeah, salty and moist. And I think at that point, the entire party's together unless Durch went off to go do something edgy.
No.
Perfect. Then you're all gathered by the beachfront. About
No edging either.
several moments later, you're all there, and the foot dog is not. I would say it's not invisible to the lot of you, but perhaps to your enemies. But it's disturbing. It's there.
I would say, because like once again, seaweed can like basically morph her skin to go invisible. I would say the dog has something similar. It's like it could morph its skin, become invisible.
Gross. Cool. I love it. Okay. It just like spreads its flesh out like so thin that you can see through it. Oh god. Okay. Anyways.
It's awful and I hate it.
Yeah.
That is appetizing.
It's so good. So all of you
Can
are
Durch
there.
play fetch with it?
You can certainly try.
Also, Dolly, I'm going to move around some sorcery points to get a 4th level spell back.
Okay, sounds good. With all of you gathered, God, the foot dog, I'm just like imagining staring at it or it like just panting and breathing. Like, oh God. Anyways. Does it get athlete's mouth? Anyways, okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, just sweaty foot smells.
My gosh,
worry.
can we not like discuss the technicalities of the gross dog?
Yeah, that's right. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so
Don't worry, it's here for 8 hours, so don't worry.
it's
not
here
going anywhere.
for forever. That's what I thought you were gonna
8
say.
hours.
It's here
Forever.
forever. You know, like the
That's
Sandlot.
like
Forever.
7 hours and 59 minutes too long.
Hey, it's here foot ever.
Oh.
Oh,
Also, I almost want to get art of this now.
All right.
I was Mary. If you at any time sit, it will be in your lap.
Ew.
Yes.
And it likes you a lot.
I mean, he did feed it, so.
Roll me a last performance, Diego.
For the thingy.
Yes.
It's Painter's Tools Charisma.
Yep.
Man, it keeps on just not showing me my plus. Okay. Okay, so 18 on the die plus 11, so we're 29.
By the time this meeting is happening, your painting is done and it is gorgeous.
Okay. That's good. He's just gonna let it dry, or he wants to make sure it gets, you know, keep it with them, but make sure it's not like messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, says Hippolyta, can someone explain to me exactly what we are doing here in post? I know we have something to do with that storm, correct? What is our current mission?
Currently, we are trying to make up for something that we kind of ruined. Looks at Durch. Their sea speaker, speaker of waves, or I don't remember his exact title, my apologies. He was
The one
attacked.
who calls in the tide for fish. I know what a wave,
Yes.
what a wave speaker. Yes, that is his job.
Well, his soul was scattered,
Oh,
so we are attempting to gather the pieces so that he can hopefully be reunited and brought back whole so that he can do his job. But apparently Poseidon is now gone, so I don't know how that is going to work in
Wait,
the grand scheme
she's
of
like,
things.
oh, hold on. How is Poseidon? What? Hold on.
Gestures at Diego. Ask Diego. He was the one who...
You killed Poseidon?
No, he watched while Mogus did it.
Mogus killed Poseidon.
Apparently. He seems very, like, not pleased that this whole thing happened.
Fate Seeker's like, you see her face change from just calm to like angry at the mention of Mogus. Just, it's ready to throw hands.
Well, we were not present. Diego was the only one
What happened?
privy to that
Diego?
particular conversation.
What did you see?
Oh, we were talking about it a while ago. It's the fish that I put in the sea. Remember?
I was not here.
Hippolyta was not here for that conversation, Diego, and since you are the only one present for that, I would like the first-hand account to maybe please regale her with the tale.
So essentially, if you'd like to roll it, you can leave it based up to a roll. If you'd like to role play it out, you can, because Diego was the only one during that conversation, and I know the player was like, my notes. So it's up to you, however you want to handle
Fate
it.
Seeker will actually kind of get up close to you.
Like in your
Please.
face.
Oh yeah, it's definitely intimidating. She's not meaning to, but she's very upset over the mention of Mogus, and she's gonna be. Please tell me what you saw of the god that killed my mother. And like, the big angry is. She's very angry.
Okay, I think I'm just getting it confused from last time because I thought I told Hippolyta at least that Poseidon died and but something new is being made. She may not know the
think
details.
you told the party, and then she showed up.
No, she definitely made a comment. But anyway, that's for another time. I just want to make sure I get my stuff straight. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, no, I was outside with Biscuit, and well, we saw Poseidon there, and I just had some very strong words for them, especially with who I know how Seaweed was treated in their society. And during that, during that talk, Mogus came and, well, he was trying to morph my mind into something else. And, well, he accumulated a whole bunch of power and killed Poseidon. And, well, all that was left of him was a fish. Was able to connect with him, though. Saw things from his point of view, and there's a madness going on with these gods. There was a stone that was lodged in them, and just he pulled it out, and it was destroyed afterwards. But yeah, thankfully, whatever's out there is safe. Whether they become Poseidon or not, it's really up to them. But yeah, no, that's what happened.
And what happened to Mogus after he killed Poseidon?
He just simply disappeared.
Fate Seeker just kind of huffs and steps back and just kind of kicks at the sand a little bit.
I know that you are angry, my friend, but there is probably nothing you would have been able to do at the time. We are not yet at the capability in which we could take out the god ourselves.
Diego, thank
But
you
we are
for going over that again. For Fate.
Yeah,
My outbursts and Fate Seeker was not with us.
Oh no, that was out of character as me the player was like, wait, am I getting the order of events mixed up?
You might not be. You might not be. But in character, so the story makes sense. There you go. Just in case. But
Yeah.
can you tell us more about this stone that you saw? A madness like Zeus, a
Yeah.
madness.
It actually, yeah. Apparently, Ares was fighting Zeus. Poseidon got in the middle of them, and I don't know. It was like a jarble of high emotions. But wherever that confrontation was that happened between Zeus and Ares, put that stone in Poseidon, causing all this madness. And now I'm starting to think, well, a lot of these gods here are possessed by that same madness.
It is called The War of the Bolt and Flame. Between Ares and Zeus.
Wrong? Why? Oh, is there a reason for that? Is it just a grab for power, or what happened?
There are stories written about it, legends. What I know about it. I'm so sorry.
Why is she laughing about this?
Ares took a huge shit on Zeus's bed.
He stole some shampoo and Ares got mad.
Like Kratos from God of War.
And it made Ares bald, so he was upset.
Zeus! I've come for my book again.
Oh gosh.
Your son is returned.
Volumizing shampoo, you know.
The stories make it sound like a grab for power. That Ares was not. He was not content. But I did read an account where Ares was slighted. His wife was taken by Zeus. I do not know the validity of it, but seeing as we run into deities very often, perhaps we can ask them.
Actually, does the crown, was that made from Zeus, or was it before Zeus and he took it and called it his own?
Ooh, roll an insight.
Oh. I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to use my inspiration.
You're like, 7. I got a 7. 7.
Well, 16 for a nasty 20.
Yeah, you can tell she doesn't want to tell you. She is hiding a secret. You can tell in this moment. In fact, once you notice, I think there's a ripple effect and everyone except for Seaweed notices.
Oh, as soon as the crown is even mentioned, I'm very keen to listening.
Oh, Seaweed loves you for the puppy.
Yes, we all love the seafood puppy.
If there is knowledge of the crown that we are not aware of, that anyone knows, that would probably be pertinent considering my situation.
And I'm mostly asking because maybe it has to do particularly if the madness doesn't necessarily came from Zeus, but maybe came from the crown, and that war maybe caused some sort of effect where these little rocks of madness found their ways into the soul of the gods, causing all this.
She's still quiet.
Are you bound by an oath not to reveal this?
I am afraid if I speak on it, that it will not be good in the end.
That what you have to say is not good, or that speaking on it will cause something else not good to happen.
She nods.
So both.
Wow.
That is maybe something we'll have to do separate research on.
Wow, that
I will say that the Colossus is a creature of the crown. And that it
So
is a god eater.
that's what Poseidon called me.
She like shifts. He called you the Colossus?
Just said God Eater, but I think it's whatever these things have noticed. They seem to pick up something from me that I'm not entirely too sure. But I've never seen something that enormous in my life.
I feel like I am seeing you for the first time again, Diego. Abenadi. A god eater, like the Colossus, or of a different kind?
I would know. He just called me a God Eater, and I've never eaten a god before, and it's a little bit different when something can talk back to you when you're trying to eat it. So I don't think I'd be into that.
Meanwhile, Seaweed over there is like,
Oh, for puppy. You're so nice, Seaweed.
I hunger for gods.
Oh, Seaweed, what is that tiny fish? It looks so tasty.
No, but so given, God, I'm probably playing a little bit too smart, maybe. But so since he's of the crown, I think we could probably infer that there may have been a power that Zeus. No. Definitely something that came before that made the Colossus. And given it's called the God Eater, probably was made to kill the gods, and probably Zeus took the crown as a trophy. That's what I'm sort of getting here. What do you guys think?
Well, the crown is more than a trophy. It's had a source of power to it.
multiple
Yeah,
multiple
but,
voices, even, yes?
Yeah, but I'm assuming when he didn't. I'm assuming he didn't simply steal it. He probably beat whoever originally owned the crown and probably took it. Using trophy as a
And then
shorthand.
there is the fact that Vikin has, and she motions to his forehead, where like large sections of the crown has melted from his brow.
That is a new effect, and I do not know what is happening there. I can't even see my own reflection to survey the damage, per se.
Oh, it looks good on you, but you probably still want to pry that off of your head, eventually.
Well, no, the thing is it's not. He's not wearing a crown. When he took the crown, it like absorbed into him, and it became a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I know, but
And
like
the tattoo is like almost bleeding off of him, but he doesn't understand why nor how.
Oh, this whole time I thought the crown was just like melded onto his skull, like a very stylish.
No, it became a tattoo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he says, I do not know. Was brought to my attention yesterday by the artificer that works for the revolution? It's like I said, I cannot even see my own reflection to know that it was happening.
Okay, I want to know what Durch is doing. I want to know what Myrion's doing. I know what Seaweed's doing with the foot puppy. So, Durch, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you saying?
Wow. Way to make assumptions.
We'll get
That
to
are absolutely correct.
Durch has a pen and paper, and he's like scribbling on it. Other than that, he's like kind of paying attention, but he doesn't really have anything pertinent to add.
That's crazy. That's crazy out of character. What the hell?
No, he doesn't.
Fact that it's so out
Everyone
of
knows he wants
character.
to kill all the gods, so there's nothing new to say.
Myyrion would just be paying attention to everything. And would just kind of side-eye Durch whenever, like, the multiple voices are mentioned. From whenever Durch used the crown. But he wanted to say it out loud, and then when the talk of, like, eating the gods and everything comes up, you just kind of hear him, like, under his breath. It's like, I wonder if Seaweed would lick the rock first, and then use...
Durch just kind of shakes his head. Does he notice the side eye from Myyrion? Would he notice?
Yeah, I mean, you're all right there. You're like,
Myyrion would make no attempt to hide it.
yeah.
He would just like shrug, like I don't know. I have no idea what happened with that, and look over at Vakeen like that's the one you got to talk to.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but since he agreed to take the crown, he hasn't heard any voices since then, has he?
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Because I don't remember any of them
Which
talking
very
to me.
likely means something glaringly important.
Right. Well, and well, and the reason I wanted to stipulate that is because he's gonna say there may have been multiple voices back when the crown was a physical thing that we have carried, but since I took the crown and agreed to wear it, I have not heard a single utter from anyone. No voices.
That makes
Nothing.
Hippolyta look at you. Are you sure you are the only one who took the crown?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was approached with the proposal in a dire moment. It was accept the crown or accept the deal with that demon. I chose the crown. I don't know anything beyond that. When I awoke, was what I am now before you. That's all I know.
Durch is not going to look up from his doodle. He's just going to say, are you insinuating that this other being also has a portion or quantumly up the crown?
What other hypothesis is there?
That is slightly worrying.
I mean, I would like to think that if it were any of you, there would be an obvious sign, but there doesn't appear to be any obvious signs. And I would like to think that it would not be any of you. Considering the reason I took the burden upon myself was to save us as a party. If it is the other party in question that was there, then that is just more bad on our end.
What if they needed someone to take the crown so they could as well?
Then I suppose that is on me, and I am a great failure.
But we would have been dead without you.
Well, it appears if that's what they needed, then I only made the problem bigger, didn't I?
But we're not yet dead. We can fix any new problems that arise.
I agree with Fate Seeker.
It just seems...
I will say... Excuse me.
We can fix anything together.
Wow.
May seem hopeless.
Why
but
do you
we
say
have
that and look at
time.
Hippolyta? Jeez.
Yes.
Wow, your
Whatever.
tone of voice.
That was cats. I was not Durch. Whatever.
This... this... demon prince is a prince of lies. He is the most cunning of them.
Well, it's a good thing we're talking now, and we sort of figured this out now. Means we can start thinking about solutions, and who knows, maybe just going on a little bit more, we find some clues.
I need
Maybe
to...
when we... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you, please.
Maybe when we go to my mother's temple, we can find something that could help us out with this.
I agree.
Something else that has happened recently that I was made privy to is seemingly overnight my eldest brother slain my father and my other siblings and has taken over, and suddenly they are worshipping Zeus.
What?
I don't know. One of the prisoners that we, well, hopefully more converts than prisoners, one of the people that we took last night previous, I suppose they recently were in the Bright Sands. So, that's a new development as well.
And you think it has to do with the crown because of Zeus?
Perhaps. I mean, the timing lines up, and why would they suddenly worship Zeus otherwise?
I noticed that many of the people of Post wear a necklace to Zeus.
Indeed.
Everyone on the mainland of Post are following those zealots now.
Apparently it is because that is the easiest way for them to get the food and whatnot that they need. People are
Being
converting so they can get what they need.
They're paying a cost without even looking at it, just to survive.
Hippolyta's gonna look at Diego like, what are your hypotheses?
Hypothesize.
Mm-hmm.
God, really tough to tell. But now I'm just. Is Zeus even. Or what we even thought he is?
I thought he was
I'm
dead.
sorry to get back to this.
The legends say that he died in his madness.
Dinah's madness. But clearly his influence is still around.
Roll an insight. Roll an insight, Diego.
Oh, uh, that is an 18 for a 22.
There's like a sudden surge of hope in the bubble where you're having this meeting with Footdog from Hippolyta. Like, there's something. She's suddenly really hopeful.
You're happy about it? I mean, I'm glad you're happy, but like, or is it something else you're bound to not really tell?
No, it's not that. If there was some of these things, if there was a safe place I could tell you, I would. But you cannot speak certain powerful creatures' names without summoning them, and so it is hard to be completely honest.
Can you use their initial?
Wait, who are we talking of?
She cannot say the name.
The bad wind, stinky poo poo.
Oh, are you talking
I-
of the loser? Oh, his loser is very
The one that gave me
loser.
the scars on my chest.
Yes, right. He was the one who lost and got stuck in the prison, and so he's the loser. Yes.
I don't think he got stuck in the prison.
He said he was
Initially.
a race.
I'm saying I don't think he was stuck in the prison.
I think for now, when something more like this comes up, simply tell us we can't answer right now, but you can answer it later, and we'll trust you to like just tell us when you can. You know, like okay, this is a good spot. I could tell you everything, or
You can
you know what I mean.
you can tell that she's like her spine is straight and she's like gripping her hands together on her knees. You can tell that she's feeling emotions and nervous and let me think of how I can tell you. I don't want you to try to stop what I have already set in motion as well. And you can tell that her admitting that, very big.
I can only speak for myself, but I think it would be a lot of people here if that sort of ending that you have planned, if it doesn't include all of us getting out, I don't think that's a great ending.
Cough. Yeah, that's all Durch does.
I shoot
There's-
Gertie, stop being an asshole. Look.
There's always another route that we can find to find a better ending.
I think you have a lot of great ideas, but a lot of your great ideas seem to always come at the expense of yourself. To the point I trust you with my life, but I can never really trust you with yours.
Yep, she doesn't deny that.
Through the little mental link, Myrion's like, the things you've set in motion, And physically, he just kind of is slightly glaring at her.
But I would like for you to. We're in a better place. Like I said, just what you can.
Oh, persuasion.
Would there be any backup help from anyone? Maybe, possibly.
Cough?
No.
Can I give help?
Oh shit! Don't need it.
Yeah, just a flat roll.
Oh, like I said, don't need it. Roll the 20. Like
Wait, natural 20?
Hell yeah.
Bro.
That makes up for the perception check at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna paint. It's okay that my friends die.
You're charging up your energy for this one persuasion roll, obviously. There's a skill maneuver.
Yeah. And just to sort of to make it feel like a more of a nat 20 moment, it will like carefully with the because he has a general idea where to like well, you can't even touch her through the veil, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, you can try.
Fuck. Okay. Shoot.
You
Human
use your.
contact is
You
really,
could,
really
you
good.
could touch her heart with your magic.
No magic.
You could
We're
be
friends here.
magical girl Diego.
They'd have to die. They'd have to die at the end and be stronger than Goku. All magical girls are. But I like wish. I don't know. It was flesh place. He would just sort of lean in. It almost about to touch. Just like you know, like when you're just trying to comfort someone, and you will like hold on to the knee or something like that. That sort of thing. He just slowly stops himself and saying, "All of us are here for you. Everyone has secrets, and it's okay not to feel comfortable revealing all. But what you want to reveal will be all yours."
She, you can feel, like, the tension as she's gathering her strength to share this.
Is Dirt sitting next to her?
You're all right there. So you'd be sitting next to her if you wanted, but she probably would have scooted away a little.
No, there's baby steps.
If
We'll get it back.
Yeah, he just wants to like project strength to her. I don't know.
You could scoot up a bit, just hand on the shoulder.
He's not gonna get any damn closer. That's for sure.
That's baby steps. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
I have already set into motion that I am going to change time.
To what extent?
We will stop the Colossus. We will not allow it to be used by Mogus. And then I am going to change it all. So that my mother never died. So that none of us ever meet. So that there is no more pain in our lifetime. Because of me, all of you are where you are now. Because of choices, of deals, all of you answered the Oracle's call, and you met in the city of Delphi.
I don't see how the choices you made could have affected me so drastically, and it's kind of a lot to just take away from someone, don't you think? Experiences? I'm all for helping you have your mother back, and taking away all these negative things that you just seem to keep on latching onto yourself, but I'm keeping what was dealt to me.
But that's the beauty of it. You will never know it was gone. Because you will have never had it. Or in the way you will have it. But you will not be tainted by my hand.
You understand what you are telling and asking of us, though,
You...
right?
I was never going to tell you. You would have
But
never
you are
known.
telling us.
Because there is maybe... It is impossible. Zeus is not alive. He is consumed by madness.
And what is to say that what's happening to these gods right now didn't happen to Zeus? What if his spirits just sort of spread thin, and the madness also?
You feel that like surge of hope from her again?
Let's try.
Chron had a bunch of voices, right? What if one of the voices was Zeus? What if the reason it has so many voices coming from it is it has so many gods it's affected?
What I am asking is that even though you think it is impossible, and we are a ragtag group of misfits and monsters, I would ask that you do not give up hope on what we can accomplish. Because I don't know about you, but knowing that I am fighting for a future where I do not know you does not set well in my heart. And he's speaking to her like no one else is there. Like, he doesn't mind that everyone else is there, but like the way he is talking to her in this moment, it is as just the two of them are sitting alone. Because he's just speaking what he is feeling and what he believes.
Vakeen, everything horrible that has happened since we have all met and leading up to our meeting is because of me. You understand, right?
But what of all the good things that have come from us meeting each other?
Gifts. Gifts that I will take with me to the end.
Feels like you're taking this choice away from us.
Like, what is this end you speak of?
Freedom. Meaning.
Is it really?
My life will have meaning
Your life already has meaning.
because I will correct as many mistakes.
You are trying to take on the whole burden of an entire world's worth of mistakes that is not entirely your fault. You should not have to carry that burden alone.
And the way you're going about it is entirely wrong. Because what you're doing is only a temporary solution.
It is a permanent
God.
solution.
Do you think that this won't happen again with different names?
Correct. It will not.
I don't think that will ever be the case. Especially if you're not allowing people to... These mistakes happen, yeah. And it stinks that it does happen. But if we don't give people a chance to learn from this, to be able to figure this out without the means of just simply erasing it, it's gonna happen again. And what people are gonna come after will have to be dealing with what could have been done right now. It has to be more than just simply a magical snap of the fingers to happen.
Correct. I will exist in no timeline ever again.
I will not help you achieve that end.
It is already
Yeah.
set in motion.
There is no freedom in surrender.
You're right. There is only freedom in release.
No, as that release. You know, it's really strange the way you keep on saying taint. Like, you keep on explaining how anything you touch is a taint. You know, it's kind of making a lot more sense. It's a lot more clear. I'm sorry for what happened to you. Whatever happened to you. I don't know.
Diego.
But you're not a taint. You're not a mistake or anything you had been conditioned to think yourself to be. A little bit more value in your life.
There is.
You said you were alone for so long, but now you have all these people that care for you.
I have people that I hurt.
So do I.
Seaweed would have been gone forever, Vakeen. And now, Fateseeker has made a favor to a demon prince whose mire is only on us because of me. Because he knows what I look like.
I made that decision myself.
But
I
he
accepted
would
that burden myself.
not have answered you.
We don't know that.
Do you not see that it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter. Whatever happens, is going to happen. And just because you want to sacrifice yourself because your existence is pain, we can fix that too. But we can't do it without knowing what's going on.
The most powerful magic in existence is a wish spell,
Okay.
capable of rewriting reality. That is the most powerful spell. And not even that can change what I am.
That is the most powerful spell cast by a mortal.
See? You have so many people here with so many ideas and so much love and support, and you just want to throw it all away before we even make an attempt.
Don't insult me by calling it throwing it away.
You
That's what it
said you
is.
will treasure it, but I would like to be allowed to treasure it as well.
Durch nods.
I'm not trying to scold you. I'm just trying to show you that we're willing to go through fire and brimstone and worse to change the fates that have been dealt us. That has been dealt you. I've been trying to show you that for a long time. I may not be able to do it now. We might not be able to do it now. We don't want to fight just to have something as special as you taken from us. Even if we don't know it was taken.
Let us at least try.
And if trying
And if-
only gets you further into the dark, if trying ruins this, if trying means Seaweed dies,
Then you still have your option. But at least we tried.
Diego, do you really think Zeus is still out there?
I do. I have it's a gut feeling.
She stands.
Maybe we just need to go around. I think the more gods we meet, if I can connect with them, take the Stone of Madness, and maybe I could get more clues, more viewpoints to the picture, and maybe we could really figure out if Zeus is spread out, which I am really thinking this may be. We can probably get to an ending you couldn't even think of, or you wouldn't even thought possible.
One that no one can see. But one we can work towards.
One that not even an oracle can predict.
In the city where I live the people that inspire me today. They are not chosen ones, they will just point at himself by the gods doing freaky magic stuff. They're not descendants of any kings or other any other deities. But right now, in that awful city they're living in, they are trying to move mountains with their humble ways. And that inspires me. If I've been giving all these gifts, I don't know. It feels I'd be laying them down with how much they how much of themselves they put into changing things. Let's just give this a shot.
Please.
I cannot change what I have already done.
Then it is a race. We have to succeed in our end before you succeed in yours. He winks.
You can feel her wan smile. If there is a possibility of Zeus, then maybe.
I mean, there has been more activity related to him since I took the crown. And I don't know, I think Diego's gut feeling is similar to mine. I do not think he was gone. I think whatever was left of him was possibly imprisoned in the crown. And once I took it, I think it is elsewhere. And that is why we are seeing whisperings of him.
And it's just going to be like that godfish. Maybe when we do rip it out of him, maybe something new will happen, and this new thing will be something that would be more than happy to help you. You know?
Right. And while we are doing this, we stop the Colossus and Mogus.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can count on me to help stop Mogus.
Especially, well, I mean, they're god hunters or eaters, and well, we're also going to be looking for the gods. So I like to think that our paths may cross maybe more than once. So yeah, I think we have a good chance of seeing him again.
She'll sit back down and nod. Seaweed, I need you to roll a perception check, please.
What? Dolly, you're asking me to do stuff.
Uh-huh.
Crazy. Perception.
I love you, foot dog.
That is 3 total.
Use my
4 plus -1.
Use my inspiration.
No, I'm playing with foot dog. Foot puppy.
No, give me inspiration.
Yeah. No, Dolly. I used mage hand, so my arm flops off, and so I have like a little Adam family thing plus the foot dog, and I'm just chilling in the corner.
God, okay, you do miss it, which is fun because it's your bubble, so that's okay.
I feel like that was a bad thing that just happened.
I mean, you turned down the reroll.
Too late now.
Well, I guess if it's important, the character can talk to me. But I guess it's not important enough. Let's see if it's not important enough. Okay.
It's not something someone in the skin bubble might notice. It's a very.
I'm getting some strong hints here.
It's just, it's just you miss it. That's okay. I gotta make it roll.
No, you're laughing at me. No, you're scheming. You're scheming. What are you scheming?
Oh man.
Just
Okay.
What are you scheming?
I have to roll a percentile. I don't know if this magic will go through.
What?
I actually 100% think I know what is happening, but
What?
The magic
Before you-
does not go through, so that's fun.
What?
Before you break us, Durch is gonna give his doodle to Hippolyta.
Okay.
Hold on.
Did you, the player, actually draw something?
I mean, kinda.
there
you
better be an MS Paint doodle coming up in the chat.
I know,
or
I'm
I'm mad.
ready. I'm so ready.
Okay.
I'm
I
ready.
mean, he's not hiding it.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. This is dunce. Wow. That's funny.
It's about as close to that with stick figures as he can get.
Oh, man. She... We'll take your drawing. And she keeps it. She folds it up and slips it into her, the wide, like, sleeve of her robe, and is keeping it. And, the party, how long do you stay in the skin bubble?
Well, honestly, we probably shouldn't stay too long because we do. First of all, we still have 2 more soul pieces to find. Second of all, I don't know how much nighttime we have left. I can't be out here when the sun comes back up.
We have the bag.
Yes.
This is Natalie
We have
talking,
the
not
bag.
Vakeen.
Oh, not yet. We have a bag.
Yes, but the point is we'll have the bag, but I will be useless during sunlight hours. So if the party wants Vakeen's help, it needs to
I would like
not
to
be
no,
during the
just
sun.
open the bag.
Be ready to get out of the bubble as soon as possible.
So, my vote is that we don't stay in the bubble the full 8 hours because we still have other things we need to do
Yeah,
that are
I'm with
important.
you. I agree with Vicky.
Hippolyta, thank you for sharing this with us. It probably wasn't something you wanted to, but I appreciate it all the same.
We all do.
Yes.
Uh,
Thank you.
Yes.
Dolly, do you mind if I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Remember, I gave you inspiration. You should re-roll that D100 or whatever.
Oh, that's a good point. I will. Let me re-roll it. Okay, that's not bad. But let me see. I think it barely goes through. So after about like an hour or 3, or however
Or
long
3.
that takes, there is a message, Vakeen, and it's mildly irritated.
Annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah. It says,
You were trying to reach me, and now when I appear, there is no one. I find that I am Where are you?
When I get the message, can I look around on the beach?
there is
Because we can see out of the bubble, right?
an elf standing there. Wide sleeves.
Oh, I would stand up and
long
dust
black
myself
hair.
off and then step out. Oh, I am so sorry about that. I appreciate you showing up.
I apologize.
Oh, is this a random person? Is this a person that just appeared?
Well, not random, but yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't tell the dog because essentially you had to set up like you had to pre-select people when you summon the dog about who they will and
So
will
if
not
Foot
bark
Dog
at.
comes like barreling out of the skin bubble to bark at this person.
Yes.
Cyrdan just lets out a long, suffering sigh.
Yeah.
Me too. I also let out a long suffering sigh.
What is it with puppy? What do you smell?
That
Really
would
smells
be
nice.
one of Seaweed's new developments.
Good.
It's bearing its toes.
Oh my god, just the image that it now has toes as teeth.
Terrible.
I'm going to leave now. And he starts walking
I
up
promised.
the lane.
I walk with him. I did have something very important to tell you. That's why I was trying to contact you. I'm sorry that you came all this way for it, but the being in which you seek, I imagine you are still looking for him, yes?
I have found
Giving
him
him.
on multiple occasions, but he's slippery.
Well, apparently he was just here.
I know.
Okay.
I came to offer
course you
you
know.
aid, and the dog is its grippers like bite his robes. And he's just walking with it like and I was going to offer my assistance.
I mean, any assistance you offer, we are definitely blessed with, but I would also hate to be a burden, since we have already, I feel like, have been quite burdening in your home the last month.
Yes. And he's like
We
waiting for everyone else to get out of the skin bubble, just chilling. He's just standing
I
there.
thought they would have followed me faster, but they did not. They're a little bit slow in the uptake sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I'll at
It's
least
been
get
an
out.
emotional evening.
Friends, see, we can exit the bubble.
Was there a specific thing you are going to give us assistance on? I don't want to make any assumptions.
Please come in the bubble. It is warm and comfortable in here.
Hello.
We were getting ready to leave the bubble anyway. Remember, we have things we need to do.
But we have a guest, friend. Come in. Come in. It is warm and comfortable.
He's just staring. Like, there's a slight, like, good God.
Again, my head pops out just like before. You know.
Seaweed,
Right.
all of you need to come out here. We need to go. We have things we need to do. We cannot just sit in the warmth of your bubble. We need to continue finding the soul pieces of the wave speaker.
See, even Vakim says the bubble is nice and warm.
I never denied that it wasn't.
I have a better idea.
Very pleasant.
Oh, what is your
I
idea?
just-
Please.
Come out of the bubble, I shall show you.
Is anyone coming out of
I'd
the
assume
bubble?
Myyrion would already be out because
yeah,
I said
well,
he'd get out as soon as possible.
Everybody out.
Okay, you all step out.
Fine.
Okay.
As the bubble deflates, sound like a whoopee cushion.
He does chuckle a little, but he pulls out a chess piece from his robe and he tosses it out in the ocean, and the Deern's instant fortress.
We can speak here.
Seaweed's bubble was good enough.
I could not enter. I was not there when you cast it in the first place.
It's true. The technicalities of magic.
Technically, Seaweed's not sure what the casting a spell. Seaweed just does.
And he takes you inside the fortress, and there's warm fire and a bunch of treats because he's a snacky man.
I
There's
love that about him.
There's also like pipe weed for him to pack his own pipe, which he immediately starts, and he flicks his wrist and coffee starts percolating, and There's several cats.
Círdan just lives in a home that I would want to live in.
Yeah, there's just hundreds of cats. That come
Between
like
cats and baked
leaping
goods. Yes.
into everybody's
Why-
everybody's.
Why is he not singing like a Disney princess? Doesn't he not usually do that when he's speaking stuff?
He says,
I am not a Disney princess. I am a wizard of mass skill, and I should be appreciated as such. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm yelling. I clearly need my coffee.
It's because you're frustrated. It's fine. I yell at them all the time.
Hey, Sheridan, it's me, your best buddy Diego.
Yes, my good friend Diego. Yes, thank you.
I don't know about the other guy that said the thing about the princess, but that's not me.
He's just the world's grumpiest Disney princess. It's fine. He is 100% got that Disney princess quality as far as the animalness is concerned.
So how long did it take you to be so good at animal husbandry?
I'm here to speak to you of the demon prince Pazuzu, Zeus, and Mogus. Please.
Oh, all
Okay.
important topics. Excellent. I sit down.
He says,
Please.
Does anyone smoke?
Oh no. Too poor for that.
Unfortunately, not anymore, unless
He
you
just-
have something that is made of, like a powdered blood.
The cart will make it
Like-
for you.
And then he looks at you.
The cart will make it for you, please. Perhaps we should fix that for you.
Oh, can the dog have a pipe just for funny?
Ah, yep, he sure can. He sure can. And Círdan's just like, good. Good.
Good. The
Pulls
freaky
out
dog
his-
now has a pipe. Good. I'm so glad.
I like to imagine like the dog just like slams the table, the pipe is a little flip in
I
the air,
don't
and it
like to
catches in his
imagine
mouth.
anything about this dog.
The,
So
the foot
creepy.
puppy. What do you mean? It's a foot puppy.
No, it's terrifying.
It's
a foot
It's
puppy. Made of nightmares. Like everything else about Seaweed.
Oh, like the bottom jaw that sends its toes, like it puts the little pipe between its toes that smokes, just curls its toes in.
Anyway, Círdan starts smoking. He's smoking. He's, hair pulled back in a low ponytail to get it out of his way. Pieces around his face. He looks tired. He looks a little thin. He's snacking on things because he just does.
I didn't know you smoked, Sheridan. I didn't see you do that all the time at all. During a little bit of time we spent over there. You must be really stressed.
I am.
And then, like, the puppy knocks all the pipe weed down on the ground and he starts eating it.
Throws it up immediately.
Biscuit starts, like, eating it as well.
Eats the throw off.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's where we're gonna end. Círdan just rubbing the bridge of his nose like, good God, these are the heroes that are gonna save Theros. And
But Sheridan, this is my horse Biscuit. He's a brave and gallant steed.
No, he's psycho. You do not believe him. I crave the blood of my enemies.
Look, he's such a cutie. He has this twinkle in his eye.
Yes, adorable. Very nice.
He is.
yep, that's it. That's the session today, guys.
Hooray!
I'm expected to wait till next session after he says something like, yes, we should fix
Right.
that about you. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was just like, that's what it is. But I mean, I do have to go to bed because I have to work in the morning. So
That's it. That's
that
the whole
actually is a good
campaign. Thanks for
part.
coming.
Campaign! Cliffhanger
Hi.
forever. Good luck. Everyone making up your own ending.
Hey.
We win and everyone lives happily ever after. Yay, I did it.
We need to grab the magic conch cell.
We're
For the
gonna
ending.
raid Captain Robert. Come back on Sunday. The Brotherhood and Bound by Night. Both very good GGs, super excellent, amazing. Make sure you catch up on the YouTube for all this goodness. All this goodness.
But Dolly, do they have foot puppies?
And they have
I didn't-
foot
I didn't-
puppies. Well, we have foot
No.
puppies here.
Do they?
No.
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 I mean, they
The other
do.
games
They do have
do not.